Face negotiation theory was developed by Stella Toomey in 1985. The theory was developed to explain cultural differences in response to conflict. Stella Toomey is currently a professor in California State University. Face negotiation theory is founded as a multifaceted theory that incorporates research from intercultural communication, conflict, politeness, and face work. The theory has been studied in multiple countries, which makes it appealing and applicable to other countries as well. The concept of face originates with the Chinese conceptualizations of face, Lian, and Mian Tu, which describe identity and ego. The face negotiation theory refers to the face, which is a metaphor for our public self-image, or the way that we want others to see or treat us.
So there are three assumptions when it comes to face negotiation theory. The first being that self-identity is important to interpersonal interactions and in individuals negotiating their identities differently across cultures. The second would be that management of conflict is mediated by face and culture. And then the third would be the fact that certain acts threaten one's projected self-image or face.
There are a few key terms to keep in mind as you view the upcoming scenes. Face, which is the projected image of oneself in a relational situation. Face work, which is the specific verbal and nonverbal messages that help to maintain and restore face laws, and to uphold and honor face gain. Collectivistic cultures are the high-context cultures, which people identify with a larger group that is responsible for providing care in exchange for group loyalty. Individualistic cultures are the low-context cultures, and people look out for themselves and their immediate families. Face concern is the regard for self-face, other-face, or mutual-faced. And there are certain ways to deal with conflict: avoiding, which is staying away from disagreement or dodging unpleasant exchange; obliging, which is a passive accommodation that tries to satisfy the needs of others or goes along with the suggestions of others; compromising, which is finding a middle road to resolve the problem, a give-and-take situation; dominating, which is a style that uses influence or authority or expertise to get ideas across to make decisions; and integrating, which is collaborating with others.
In this scene, you will see Rob, a student studying abroad in France, listening to music out loud. It is not culturally respectable to be loud, obnoxious, or distracting in a public place. A small conflict takes place in a local cafe. Can you turn that down, sir?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Can you turn that down, please?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't even realize that it's not cool here. I'm from America. Back there, it's not really a big deal.
Oh, you're from America?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. From here, we don't really like loud music. We like to keep it quiet when we're trying to do work here in public places.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even pick up on the cultural differences.
Don't worry about it, man.
Cool.
Just let you know.
Thank you. So in this scene, you just saw Tyler using face-saving tactics to make sure that I did not embarrass myself in public by informing me that listening to my music out loud is not culturally acceptable in France. The conflict style scene here was obliging because I turned off my music without hesitation once Tyler brought that to my attention. So in the second scene, you will see Tyler and myself engaging in conflict over listening to my music out loud in a public setting. I'm reluctant to turn off my music, but then come to a compromise. I'm able to listen to my music with headphones in, without being disrespectful to the people around me. We can see Tyler has a positive face because he's finding a solution, which would be offering headphones to me so that I still like him. My negative face is seen by my autonomy and disregard for those around me. What's the big deal? We're in a public setting. It's not a big deal.
I know, but around here, we like to keep it quiet. Do you want a pair of headphones or something?
Do you have any? If not, I'm just going to play my music.
Yeah, I do actually.
Oh, thank you, man. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Here we see I was dominating when I used my cultural knowledge to inform Rob of the fact that it was disrespectful to be loud in public. I avoid an unpleasant experience where I interrupt Rob so he stops playing music out loud.
In both scenes, we see the concept of individualistic culture where Rob is primarily concerned with himself, and we see a collectivistic culture where Tyler reaches out to Rob and mentions the cultural norms so that Rob is not disrespectful. Once again, face management, which is the protection of one's face, is seen when Tyler tries to avoid having Rob lose his face. As we come to a close, I'll leave you with this. The face negotiation theory is considered a rules approach. The communication tradition would be considered socio-psychological. The communication context would be cultural. And the approach to knowing is empirical. Research critique it and say that it is logically consistent and heuristic. Face negotiation theory refers to the face, which is a metaphor for our public self-image or the way we want others to see us and treat us, and this helps us to understand the conflicts we have with one culture to another.
It was really great visiting another culture, but next time I'm going to be sure to look into it a little more before I get there, so this way I don't make a fool out of myself and embarrass myself in front of everyone again.